Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to be answering the question, why don't vaccines always work? In this video, we'll be analyzing how vaccines create herd immunity and how the type of pathogen and the age of the person getting vaccinated are two of the biggest and most relevant factors among many affecting how well a vaccine protects you. To start, we have discussed how vaccines work within the body, but how do they work in society? Vaccines actually rely on herd immunity, which is an indirect protection for the total population, because a certain amount of the population has antibodies, either obtained naturally or through vaccination. Now, an example of this would be that 94% of the population must be vaccinated with measles in order to obtain herd immunity and prevent the spread of measles. The remaining 6% includes babies and immunocompromised individuals that cannot get the vaccine, but get protected nonetheless by the rest of the population getting vaccinated. Herd immunity does not fully prevent people from developing the disease if they developed a weaker immunological memory or are unvaccinated, but it does prevent the spread of the disease and reduces the chance of an outbreak. Now, there are different herd immunity rates for each disease. Polio requires 80 to 85% of the population to be immune, while the flu would ideally have over 70% of the population vaccinated to minimize the spread of the disease. And a hypothetical herd immunity rate for COVID-19 has not yet been uncovered, as vaccination rates for COVID have not reached a level to prevent the spread of the disease. This can be seen partially by the annual regular outbreaks of COVID and flu. Part of this is due to how COVID and the flu act as pathogens. This leads into the next point. Some pathogens change so much and replicate so fast that it is hard to nail down a vaccine that can guarantee protection against them. COVID-19 and the flu are among these. While they change slow enough that a vaccine can be made, these predictions on the type of pathogen are researched months in advance for a vaccine and result in an annual vaccine that can range in effectiveness in aiding the immunity against the coming season's round of illness. This means these vaccines can be hit or miss, but it ultimately is not harmful to get either vaccine anyways. How rapidly a pathogen mutates is very relevant in the development of an HIV vaccine. HIV is capable of incorporating into human DNA and mutates to resist antibodies even once in a human host, which makes it incredibly difficult to target. Even after decades of research, there is no vaccine on the market to prevent the contraction of HIV. These variabilities in pathogens can cause different immunological memories, which often can cause a varying immune response and chance of protection when the actual pathogen infects the person. Finally, age must be considered when being vaccinated. Many vaccines are only partially effective in babies less than 18 months old and adults over 65 years old. At less than 18 months, the baby's immune cells, such as the T cells and B cells, are not fully activated and are mainly run by the maternal antibodies. It is around 18 months when strong immunological memories are able to be made in babies. This can be countered by more frequent vaccine doses that, over time, with repetition, immunize babies against deadly and highly infectious diseases. In a similar case, as you get older, your immune system naturally declines through immunosenescence. This means it is harder to trigger the immune cells to create an immunological memory because they are naturally shutting down and becoming slower and less vigilant against invaders. Again, this can actually be partially countered by the use of more doses of vaccines in order to prevent the contraction of diseases that can be very dangerous, especially with that delayed and less efficient immune response. In this video, we've learned that vaccines rely on the principle of herd immunity to protect a population from diseases, and that the herd immunity threshold ranges by pathogen. The type of pathogen and its variability, or ability to change, can also affect how well a vaccine protects you from a disease, as more variable pathogens result in having more varied vaccine results, and sometimes even prevent the creation of a vaccine. Finally, while diseases are most dangerous to babies and older adults, their immune systems also create weaker memories from vaccines, resulting in many people within these groups to require more doses of vaccines to protect them from contracting a disease. In conclusion of all of this, while vaccines have limitations, Technology is rapidly improving vaccines, and vaccines have been proven essential for a healthy society. Getting a vaccine does not just protect you, but also your neighbors, family, and friends. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!